কিছু মেস আপ করার জন্য, so that's fine.
That's amazing. আমি would like to interrupt you. আমি ছোট্ট একটা introduction আপনার দিতে চাচ্ছি before you start. So assalamu alaikum everyone. আমি সাদিয়া আফরোজ। অনেকদিন পর আমাদের সায়েন্সের এই সেশনটা আসলে আয়োজিত হচ্ছে এবং আমাদের আজকের সেশনটি কন্ডাক্ট করছেন হাবিবা আক্তার আপু, যিনি লেকচারার ইন নেটওয়ার্কস এন্ড ডিজিটাল সিস্টেম, কুইন ম্যারি ইউনিভার্সিটি অফ লন্ডন। At the same time, Apu is an KTP associate at University of Sussex. So আপু আপনাকে অনেক অনেক স্বাগতম আজকে আমাদের মাঝে সময় দেওয়ার জন্য। আপনি এত ব্যস্ততার মাঝেও আমাদের জন্য সময় বের করে আমাদের সাথে এত ইম্পর্টেন্ট একটা টপিক ডিসকাস করার জন্য এসেছেন, ক্যারিয়ার প্রসপেক্টস ইন রিসার্চ। কারণ দেখা যায় যে স্পেশালি আন্ডারগ্র্যাড স্টুডেন্টদের ক্ষেত্রে এটা হয়ে থাকে যে আমরা সবাই রিসার্চ করতে চাই, কিন্তু রিসার্চের বেসিক্স গুলো অথবা এই রিসার্চে ইন ফিউচার আমরা কি কি ক্যারিয়ার অপশন চুজ করতে পারবো সেই ব্যাপারগুলো আমাদের আসলে খুব একটা ক্লিয়ার ধারণা থাকে না। So we are very eager to hear from you, and yes, the floor is now yours.
Thank you, Sadia. I'll basically take it as an opportunity to mingle with you. আমি যেটা করেছি সেটা হলো আমি জাস্ট 2-3টা স্লাইড প্রিপেয়ার করেছি for all of you, and then what I'm going to do is we are going to basically have an open discussion. So যেটা হয়, at least আমি আমার ছোটবেলায় যেটা হতো, আমি ছোটবেলায় বলছি because I think আমি এখন অনেক বড় হয়ে গেছি। So আমার ছোটবেলায় I always had a lot of confusions, I always had a lot of questions. But তখন যে প্রবলেমটা ছিল, we were not familiar with Zoom, Teams, or with a lot of people যারা আমাদেরকে অ্যাডভাইস দিতে আসবে বা যারা এতটুকু সময় বের করবে বা রিস্ক নেবে to give advices, because for my side আমি যে কোনো অ্যাডভাইস দিতে ভয় পাই এটা ভেবে যে whether it's going to be a fruitful one or not. I had the same issue while arranging this session as well. আমি যখন approach হলাম, my main concern was that whether that 1 hour is going to be fruitful for anyone or not. So what I would really like যে তোমরা যদি or আপনারা যদি আমাকে question করেন, okay? So as she has already said, আমি এখন কি করছি সেটা তো জানা গেল। Previously, definitely, I was born and brought up in Bangladesh. আমার পড়াশোনার শুরুটা হয়েছে একেবারেই মফস্বলে লালমনিরহাট হাতিবান্ধায়। From there, I went to Rangpur Kent Public School, তারপরে জয়পুরহাট Girls Cadet College, and from there, I moved to London. So, all of you who have the question যে রিসার্চে ক্যারিয়ার করা পসিবল কিনা বা আমাদের বাংলাদেশ থেকে ভালো কোথাও যাওয়া পসিবল কিনা, when you are interested in research, I will say that I think আমি নিজেকে এক্সাম্পল হিসেবে দিতে পারি যে আমি এখন stepping towards my career. I don't have a successful career yet. Maybe তোমরা যদি আমার ডেজিগনেশনের দিকে তাকাও, anyone would feel like, okay, that's a very successful career, she is a lecturer in university, যেটা আমার অনেক ফ্রেন্ডরা ভাবে। Well, the fact is that that's not true, because as a researcher, the main thing we need is basically a lot of patience. And I believe some of you may feel like staying anonymous and ask questions. For them, I have created this Mentimeter, which is basically a very familiar website for us that we use. তো তোমরা যারা ফোন ইউজ করতে চাও, you can just scan the QR code and go on Mentimeter. I'll also have my Mentimeter open. That way, anything you can ask here or comment here is going to be fully anonymous. So anything you ask here, যেটা তোমরা চাও না যে আমি জানি বা বাকি সবাই জানুক যে who is the person who is asking this question, please ask here. I'm going to answer, okay? I'll keep an eye there as well. Can anyone confirm me if he or she can access? Sadia? Can you just scan the QR code and tell me if you can access the Mentimeter?
Sure.
Thank you. Also, I talk very fast, so if you are thinking that I'm speaking so fast, please tell me to slow down. Should I take that as a yes? Okay, perfect. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so basically, we all have a different perception about what a career is or how we would like to define a career, right? Uh, if you just Google for it, the first thing that you will see is that this is a professional journey following your passion. Now, the question is that can we really be lucky enough to always choose the career where we are passionate about or what we are passionate about? Maybe that's not always possible, right? So আমরা যখন দেখতে যাই যে কি ধরনের ক্যারিয়ার আছে, কি ধরনের ক্যারিয়ার সবচেয়ে বেশি পপুলার অর্থ কি ধরনের ক্যারিয়ারে আমরা নিজেদেরকে সাকসেসফুল বলতে পারি, you will see that the types are basically knowledge based, যেখানে তোমরা knowledge কে implement করতে পারছো, and then the skill based where you are gaining some skills or implementing your skills that you have gained, and then the entrepreneurship based, then freelancing, and there are a lot more. So here we have decided just to discuss about the career in research. Now, the fun part is that the career in research that brings together the knowledge-based, skill-based, freelance, or the entrepreneurship-based careers all together. So that is the best part about having or dreaming about building your career in research. You can implement knowledge, skill, or you can even decide to go completely towards the business side or even freelancing, right? So can any of you tell me on the Mentimeter what is actually the definition of career in your opinion, or what is a career? What do you want to be? Can I get some feedback?
Sure. Should we share it in Minting or
Anywhere. Menti
okay.
would be better because I can directly see both of them basically.
Okay, as no one other is responding, I would like to share what I think personally is career. I think career is something, for me, it should be something that I really am passionate about, but at the same time, it should be something that provides me a financial stability and a kind of life I want to lead.
Yeah, that's right. So a lot of people also think that a career is something that you are going to spend your life with, the fun, but that's not true. So you can always change your career. You can always think about what you want to do or what you want to start with, and then where you want to go. আমরা সাধারণত যে ভুলটা করি সেটা হলো যে কোনো একটা স্টার্টিং পয়েন্টে গিয়ে we become so happy যে okay, I have done it or I have been able to do it. But the fact is that that's just the starting point. But we need to think where we are going to be or where we are going to see us in the future. So since I am the one to talk about the careers prospects here, I will assume that I am not invited here to talk about the careers in Bangladesh, obviously, since my career has not been in Bangladesh ever, or it is not. And I'm not sure whether I'll ever have a career in Bangladesh or not. But what I can tell you is that for you people building a career in research, if it's in Bangladesh, maybe it's not going to be 100% easy because the research area is not yet 100% implemented in Bangladesh, or not the research opportunities, basically. So in research, the main thing that you need to think about is basically the funding. You need to think about how you're going to get the money to fund your research, or if you're not getting the money, then how much stability you actually have or patience you have to continue with the research. Now, if we think about the present situation, তাহলে definitely মনে হবে researchটা অনেক difficult. To me, research is basically trying to find the answer to a question, and the fact is that at the end, you might basically just find that whatever you were looking at is completely not there at all. যেটাকে বেসিক হিসেবে ধরে নিয়ে স্টার্ট করছো সেটা হয়তো বা at the end there will be nothing, but that does not mean that there is not really going to be anything at the end. That means you are still letting the whole world know that, hey, I have spent months or years to do this research or to find an answer to this question, or to try to see whether this is implementable or not. And then I have realized that this is not possible. So which means as one individual, you are basically telling the whole other world or the whole other bunch of researchers that there is no point for them to waste their time or to invest their time to find that answer. So if you think যে শুধুমাত্র তোমাদের সাকসেসের উপর বেস করে আমরা তোমাদেরকে হায়ার করব, that's a complete bullshit. That's a complete lie. Don't believe that. If anyone says that, look at only your success. No, no, no. We do not look at only your success. We look at your attempts, or if I am inviting you for an interview, I will just look at how much passionate you are or what you want to do. Having one or two papers is fine, but undergraduate থেকে যারা উঠে আসছে, we definitely don't expect them to have a lot of papers or to publish in very, very famous or good journals or conferences. Okay, so this is just an image that I found online. As you can see, বাকি সবাইকে অনেক ভালোভাবে represent করা হয়েছে, but the scientist or the researcher that doesn't have any hair. Okay. So from my point of view, yes, I kind of agree with that. I have lost a lot of hair of mine in the last 5 to 6 years when I was doing my research or my PhD. So yes, if you want to build a career in research, be prepared for the fact that you will have to make some sacrifices, because we are not all lucky enough to have everything on our plate, right? হয়তোবা বাইরে থেকে অনেকের জন্যই বলাটা সহজ যে হ্যাঁ রিসার্চ কোনো ব্যাপার না বা সময় ইনভেস্ট করাটা কোনো ব্যাপার না, বাট আমরা যারা বাংলাদেশের পার্সপেক্টিভ থেকে আমরা জানি যে ইট রিয়েলি টেকস আ লট অফ এফোর্ট, টাইম অ্যান্ড আ লট অফ কারেজ টু continue pursuing something where we don't really know what's going to happen at the end, অথবা যেখানে the all other people or the whole society is not really welcoming us, right? So, but আমার ভিউটা হচ্ছে যে we are the people who make things more difficult. Instead of just finding the easy questions or finding the easy solutions, we basically make it so difficult. We keep asking ourselves so many questions without even giving it a thought that how much we can actually do. So rather than that, what we need to learn to have a good career in research is to grab the opportunities and to learn which ones to let go. So first of all, তোমরা হয়তোবা ঘাটাঘাটি করা শুরু করতে পারো যে আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, আমি যদি বাইরে যেতে চাই তাহলে কি করতে পারি, কোন কোন দেশগুলো সিলেক্ট করতে পারি। এমন অনেকেই আছে যারা যখন দেখছে যে কিছু ইউরোপিয়ান কান্ট্রিতে একেবারেই ফুল ফ্রি ওয়েভে, ফুল ফ্রি টিউশন ফি ওয়েভে আমি চলে যেতে পারছি। ফর এক্সাম্পল ফ্রান্স, দে স্টিল হ্যাভ এডুকেশন ফর ফ্রি, অ্যান্ড দেন সাম প্লেসেস ইন জার্মানি অ্যাজ ওয়েল, দে হ্যাভ এডুকেশন ফর ফ্রি। তো আমরা অনেকেই যেটা করি, জাস্ট ঘাটাঘাটি করে যখন দেখি যে আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে আমি এই দুটো দেশে যেতে পারছি বা আরেকটা দেশে যেতে পারছি যেখানে আমার টিউশন ফি ওয়েভ করা হচ্ছে, বা রাশিয়াতে যেতে পারছি, সো why don't I go there? So the fact is that as you are just at the starting point, don't ever think about just going for an easy option. Select your opportunities, select where you want to see yourself, and then learn যে কোন কোন গুলোতে তুমি আসলে যেতে চাও না, because from there you have to think about the next 5 years or next 10 years. এখন না হয় তুমি গেলে কোনো একটা জায়গাতে যেখানে ইংলিশ স্পিকিং কান্ট্রি নেই, so you'll have to learn their language to make sure that you have a good career there, right? So no, that's not something you want. You want something where your knowledge you can implement. So another main important question that we have when we are in research, that which one should we go for, academia or industry? Now, can someone tell me on, okay, I'm not sure যে আমাদের participation কেন এত কম, কেন কেউ কোনো question and answer দিচ্ছে না বা করতে যাচ্ছে না, because it was supposed to be an open discussion, right? So
ওকে, আমি পার্টিসিপেন্টদেরকে রিকোয়েস্ট করব যে আপনাদের যদি কোনো কোয়েশ্চেন থাকে প্লিজ ফিল ফ্রি টু আস্ক, কারণ আমাদের আগের সেশনগুলো অ্যাকচুয়ালি কাইন্ড অফ ওয়ান ওয়ে সেশন ছিল যেখানে আমাদের ট্রেনাররা এসে টপিকগুলো প্রেজেন্ট করেছে, বাট দিস ইজ অ্যান অ্যামেজিং অপরচুনিটি কারণ আপু ইজ ওপেন ফর কোয়েশ্চেন্স অ্যাকচুয়ালি, সো ইউ ক্যান লিটারালি
yes,
আস্ক
and it can be any sort of questions, because the fact is that first of all, আমি বাংলাদেশে নেই, so I'm not going to be able, or I am not going to judge you at all for your questions, and I'm welcoming your questions so much that তোমরা যদি কেউ anonymously উল্টোপাল্টা কোয়েশ্চেন করতে চাও, that can be anything, তাহলে মেন্টিমিটারে গিয়ে কিছু একটা করতে পারো, because I cannot see your name or no one can see who is asking the question on Mentimeter. Okay, so I'm giving you the opportunity to ask me any sort of questions. Can I study abroad program and then work in industry? Yes. Okay. Yes. Perfectly you can do it. So first of all, যেটা করতে হবে সেটা হচ্ছে which sort of career or which field you want to go to. Okay. And then which country you want to go to. And then depending on those countries, you have to find out যে কোন ওয়েবসাইট গুলিতে main job advertise করা হয়. For example, I can tell about UK. UK তে সবচেয়ে বড় যে ওয়েবসাইটে সব অ্যাডভার্টাইজ দেয়া হয় সেটা হচ্ছে indeed.co.uk. So any sort of job, any company is bound to advertise that position there. Now, ফ্যাক্ট হলো যে কটা কোম্পানি আসলে কাউকে স্পন্সর করে বা করে না। সো দ্যাটস another important thing that we need to look at, যে আমাদের কোয়ালিফিকেশন কতটুকু আছে, and then কোন কোন কোম্পানি আমাদেরকে স্পন্সর করছে। বিকজ স্যাডলি বাংলাদেশ এখনো ইউকের সাথে বা বাইরের কোনো দেশের সাথে এত ভালো কমিউনিকেশন তৈরি করতে পারেনি যেখানে স্কলারশিপ দিয়ে নিয়ে আসা হবে বা খুব বেশি স্কলারশিপ দিয়ে নিয়ে আসা হবে। Okay. Okay. Nutrition and food science. Can I study master's in US and work as a healthcare provider? Yes, you definitely can. US এর যে website and namda I cannot remember right now. Probably that it's going to be better if I ask someone from US and then provide you with the link. But yes, you can. আর ইউএসএ তে সুবিধা যেটা সেটা হলো যে মাস্টার্স করার সময় if you have got good qualification, you're going to get those T-ship during masters as well. And another thing is that I believe যদি তোমরা communication skill এ ভালো হও and then you start building up your network anywhere, it's in USA, UK, Australia, Canada, anywhere, networking is important, because what we do, এই যে আজকে যেমন তোমরা মোটামুটি সবাই খুবই কোয়াইট হয়ে বসে আছো, despite of me saying that ask me anything you like. So is the case, what we need to learn is that how to sell our brain. Now যখন কেউ বলবে যে money cannot buy anything, no. Personally, I hate to say that money can buy everything, and the people in Western countries, they spend most of their money to buy brain. Okay, so learn how to sell your brain. বাইরের কোনো কান্ট্রিতে সিভিতে কোনো ছবি লাগে না, so I'm never going to be able to see from your photo that whether you look smart or whether you can represent my organization, my industry enough. No, we don't give any shit about that. So build your CV, learn who to approach or how to approach. Okay, and then you can definitely get a very good job according to your qualification, no matter where it is. You just need to decide where you want to go. And from research, always remember that you can go to both academia and industry. The difference is that in academia, you will need more patience. So for example, I am a lecturer at Queen Mary now, right? So যেটাকে তোমার হয়তো বা USA বা বাংলাদেশের equivalent খুব সম্ভবত assistant professor, which I'm not, assistant professor. So if I want to be fully in research, then before grabbing the position of a lecturer, আমি যেটা করতাম, আমি আরো 2 বছর বা 4 বছর আরো বেশি পোস্টডক পজিশন নিয়ে আরো বেশি পেপার পাবলিশ করে তারপরে লেকচারার পজিশনে যেতাম। So in academia, if you think about the other people that what they are looking at as your designation, or if you think about your designation, then you will need way more patience to build your career. And in industry, you can easily grab an opportunity, but হয়তোবা তোমাদের ওই প্রফেশনটা অথবা ডেজিগনেশনটা অনেকের কাছেই পরিচিত হবে না। ফর এক্সাম্পল আমার যেটা পজিশন এখানে আরেকটা দেওয়া ছিল কেটিপি অ্যাসোসিয়েট, সেখানে আমি ইন্ডাস্ট্রি এবং ভার্সিটি দুটোর সাথে কাজ করছি। আমি একটা ইন্ডাস্ট্রির সাথে আছি as knowledge transfer program, and funnily enough, I'm pretty sure যে আমি যদি বাইরে থেকে আমার নিজের পজিশন অথবা ডেজিগনেশনের দিকে তাকাই, আমার কাছে মনে হবে যে hey, lecturer is a much better position. But fact is that just as a KTP associate অথবা research associate, I earned more than a lectureship, and I got much more facilities from industry as well, including which sort of laptop I want, how much computation I need, কতখানি power আমার দরকার, বা in industry, they also spend money on your personal development. So definitely you can choose a career in industry based on your qualification. And then আরেকটা ব্যাপার যেটা আমি একটু দেখি চ্যাটটা আমি সরিয়ে নিতে পারি কিনা। Okay, yeah. Can I use my work experience as a content writer, affiliate marketer, teamwork skills, internship on content writing, etc. add my academic CV for scholarship? Yes, you can definitely do, because when you are saying that you are a content writer, we will assume that you definitely have good skill in writing. In research, we need people who have got the good writing skill because we need publication. So if you think that a researcher in engineering only is a robot, that will be a wrong impression. They love literature as well. So, and then this, sorry, can we just go up? Yes, and then the teamwork skills, yes. As a researcher, you definitely need to have teamwork skills, because you are first of all, you're going to be placed in a research team. So whichever department or university you choose, you're going to be in a research team under a department and then under a school in the university. But make sure যে প্রত্যেকটা CV, just don't keep sending the same CV to all the professors or all the job applications or the PhD scholarship applications. What you have to make sure যে কোন একটা position যেটা advertised, সেটাতে দেখছো যে what are they looking for, what are the qualifications এর তিনটা ক্রাইটেরিয়া থাকে: essential criteria, desirable criteria, and then appreciable criteria. So make sure that you are addressing those essential criteria with example. I don't know যে আমরা এখানে জাজ করতে চাই না, কিন্তু আমরা সার্টিফিকেট চাই না until you are basically coming to the university তাদের official purpose certificate চাইবে. If you are applying for PhD under my supervision, I'm not going to ask for your certificate. So what you need to make sure যে তোমরা একটা cover letter এ ওই পয়েন্ট গুলোকে অ্যাড্রেস করছো। And academic CV তে you can write as much as you want, but industrial CV তে you have to make sure that it's 1 page or definitely not more than 2 pages, because industry তে we use artificial intelligence first for most of the companies, not all of the companies, to shortlist some of the CVs. So basically filter korbe AI. So you need to make sure that you are giving your CV or you are selling yourself to the AI at first. So meet those buzzwords, okay? 100টা সিভির মধ্যে কখনোই আমি 100টা সিভি পড়ে দেখতে যাব না। You have to make sure that you're also giving me enough information, or before approaching me, I expect you to go to my profile and see what my interests are, and then tell me what you are interested in. Don't just send me an email saying that, hey, this is what I am interested in, okay? after studying BSc in leather engineering, which master's program can I do in abroad? And after studying, okay, that's one type of question that we don't like to answer or we don't like to have. যে কোন প্রোগ্রামটা তোমরা মাস্টার্সে করতে চাও? Because first of all, BSc হচ্ছে অনেকগুলো মডিউল করায়। So masters in abroad, we basically provide you with the opportunity যে তোমাদের যদি BSc টা ভালো না লাগে, you can choose a completely different sector as well. So it's completely up to you that what you want to do your masters in, right? But leather related যে field গুলি, so before looking at the job field or at the master's program, first of all you need to search for যে কোন countryতে leather program গুলির application বেশি হয়. For example, I'm pretty sure that the application is not going to be same as the other European countries or even in Australia. So look at the countries first and then choose which subject interests you. Don't ever ask this question to anyone, like not your parents, not your friends, and not your teachers even. Make sure to learn the most important part, that is we are here to give you advices, or all the people are there to give you advices. What you need to know is to filter those advices and then only follow the ones that you think is going to be suitable for you. Okay. And there's next question is, my job field in leather related, or can I switch? Yes, you can always switch. In abroad, we have the graduate scheme. So কিছু graduate scheme, we specify that you can be from any sort of background. There we give you 2 years time where you're basically going to be a part of a team, and then you are going to be trained. Then after that, you can decide whether you want to be in that company, or you want to go to another company, or you want to choose another completely different type of role. And another good part is that most of the big companies basically give you or sponsor your whole masters. So তোমাদের কারো যদি মনে হয় যে you have got good qualification or work experience, or good convincing skill to sell your brain or sell your CV, then please look at the graduate schemes. I'm just quickly going to type here. Graduate scheme. So if you can get those schemes, that means you can come here without your masters, and then you're going to be sponsored to do a related masters if they decide to offer you a permanent job on any particular criteria. My education subject is environmental science and engineering. How can I choose this subject as a research career? Oh man, environmental science, this has got the most welcoming careers right now, because we all are crazy about environment. So for you, Khairul, I think I'm pronouncing it right, Khairul, my suggestion would be to choose, just look for water research, and then look for EPSRC scholarship. And then for, as of my university, I can say University of Sussex spends way a lot of money and gives way a lot of scholarships to study this sort of subjects. And then if you are thinking about a research career, first of all, think about think about a relationship. I'm not talking about the relationship with family, because sadly we don't have the opportunity to choose our family, right? But when we are going for a relationship, we kind of think that, okay, we are going to be with him or her, right? So when you're choosing your research subject, make sure that you have that thing in your mind that, okay, this is something that I have to love, nurture, and then this is something where I would like to spend my whole life with. But সব রিলেশনশিপ কি আসলে কাজ করে? না, করে না। So এমনটা হতেই পারে যে after 3 or 4 years you break up, right? So research career is like that. After 3 or 4 years, you might decide that you do not completely want to study this, because research it narrows down, and then You can choose another research topic as well or another career as well based on what experience you have gathered in those 3 or 4 years. The main, okay, for this environmental science and engineering, the main researches that are going to be happening in Europe, UK, and USA are the ones on carbon emission. So if you go on jobs.ac.uk, let me quickly type it here. So from this website, PhD but master's research, but any sort of research, you can basically choose this subject or a certain area that you want to explore further, and then country as well, UK, Europe, Australia, or America. You can choose for anything, but my best case will be this is going to be the best one for UK and Europe. And you can have a look at all the career opportunities they have. Then you can also look at those role specific criteria, which means what you are expected to do as a researcher for that position. Then you have to choose which career is suitable for you, or where you want to spend the next 1 or 2 years, whether that's going to be a good girlfriend for you or a bad girlfriend for you. That's completely up to you. Okay, I'm loving the questions now.
Apu, I want to ask a question now, as I am also from environment science background. My department is soil, water, and environment, and I'm very much interested in academician actually. So আপনার প্রোফাইলটা হচ্ছে আমার জন্য ড্রিম প্রোফাইল, টু বি অনেস্ট। সো বাট আই ওয়ান্ট টু নো যে আমি আমার মাস্টার্সটা দেশে কমপ্লিট করব, দেন ফর পিএইচডি আই হ্যাভ that in my mind যে আমি বাইরে হয়তো পিএইচডির জন্য ট্রাই করব। So if I want to get into the academician or want to be an academician, আমার ক্ষেত্রে কি কি সাজেশন হবে যে রিসার্চের পাশাপাশি আমার আর কি কি স্কিল অ্যাকচুয়ালি ডেভেলপ করা উচিত এখন থেকেই, অথবা আমি হয়তো ইউকে তেই আসলাম, হয়তো মেবি ইফ আই এম লাকি এনাফ দেন আপনার ইউনিভার্সিটিতেই আসলাম। সো পিএইচডি টাইম থেকে আমার আসলে কি কি প্রিপারেশন মাথায় রাখা উচিত ইফ আই ওয়ান্ট টু জয়েন দ্য একাডেমিক্স?
First of all, which year you're in right now?
আমি অনার্স ফাইনাল দিয়েছি।
So one good thing to keep in mind is that who you are going to do your dissertation with. Jodi kono bhabe you can do the dissertation with someone who also needs research paper, or who is also interested in doing some good research, that is going to be a huge plus point for you. And then you need to look at the opportunities in different countries. As I said, je kon diktate tumi jete chao. EPSRC, let me quickly type it here in the chat box. Okay, that is lost. Okay, I can't find it. EPSRC, they have got all the fundings, and there are basically some conferences as well, jara ekhon especially from pandemic, those are free to attend, open for everyone. So there is conference calendar. If you look at the conference calendars, you will see je kongulo open to attend, ogulote tumi easily attend korte parle. And then for your masters, choose something that you want to pursue your PhD in. So make sure that you have that buzzword in your master's thesis as well. So if you want to work on carbon emission, or if you want to work on water resources in Bangladesh or water pollution, make sure that you have that literally on the name, because তুমি যখন তোমার CV আমার কাছে সেল করবা, I'm not going to be able to see, or I'm never going to read your whole dissertation, right? But I'm going to look at what you have worked on. So make the title correct, work with someone who is also interested in research, work with someone who is going to inspire you, or if possible, whose name as a co-author is going to help you to apply further. This is probably going to sound very selfish, but that really helps. For example, if you আমার কথা তুমি যেমন বললে তুমি যদি আমার ইউনিভার্সিটিতে আসো, so আমরা যদি একই ফিল্ডের হতাম, if we had any paper together, তাহলে আমার ইউনিভার্সিটিতে যখন তুমি সিভি দিতে, they would have seen my name on that paper as well. they would have approached me saying that, hey, Habiba, I have seen that she's your co-author. Do you think she is suitable for a PhD? Then I would have been the one to vouch for whether you are good for it or not. So first of all, choose your dissertation correct. Second, choose your supervisor correct. Third, build your communication skill. So start selling your CV and your brain to the people who you want to work further with. So it does not matter whether you want your PhD after 2 years or 3 years, it's always a good habit to start communicating people who have interest in the same area. Go to the profile of the professors of environmental science department and then look for what are their interests and then match which ones are good as yours as well, then approach them. Don't just write a big email, write an email specifying the things and প্রত্যেকটা প্যারাগ্রাফ আলাদা করবে। সো আমরা যখন অনেক বড় একটা ইমেল পাই, I swear we don't read that. Just উপর দিকে তাকাই দেখি অনেক বড় একটা ইমেল and then okay, I can't read it anymore because it is semester time. Also, it's a good habit to find out যে কোন দেশে কখন সেমিস্টার চলে. So during that semester time, you should not expect very prompt responses. Another fun part is that, or a secret in searching for professors is তারা কোন কোন মডিউল পড়াচ্ছে and ওই মডিউলটা সেমিস্টার এ তে নাকি সেমিস্টার বি তে। যারা রিসার্চার থাকে তাদের দেখা যায় একটা সেমিস্টারে পড়াচ্ছে আর একটা সেমিস্টারে পড়াচ্ছে না, which means যে সেমিস্টারে পড়াচ্ছে না, that is the best time for you to approach them or to continue a conversation with them so that they also have the time to invest in you. Does it sound okay?
Perfect, Apu. I got the perfect insights I always wanted to know, so I can't be thankful enough.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I have got another question here. So, will it help if I attend MBA program after undergrad if I want to work in industrial jobs and research in spite of being in the science faculty? Okay, no, because MBA in MBA in abroad is something much more than what we actually call MBA in Bangladesh. MBA টা হচ্ছে আমাদের কাছে একটা buzzword বাংলাদেশে, যে বিজনেস অ্যাডমিনিস্ট্রেশনে আমার মাস্টার্স আছে। ফ্যাক্ট হচ্ছে no, we don't give a damn. এখানকার MBA is so intense and so realistic that to get into the best MBA program, you have to have years of management experience to work as a manager, and then the tuition fee is probably going to be around 48,000 or so. But funnily enough, তোমরা এতটাই skilled হবে by that time যে you will get a job there while doing your MBA. That means you will not have to pay your tuition fee. So shortcut answer, না, MBA সেরকম কোনো দাম এখানে নেই, and what I would rather prefer, যদি তোমরা রিসার্চে আসতে চাও কিংবা যদি তোমরা ইন্ডাস্ট্রিতে আসতে চাও, what we would prefer to see some research experience, because fact we all know যে আসলে undergrad করে বা কোনো একটা কোর্স করে we don't really learn everything. Come on, I mean, I think I have done quite good during my SSC, HSC তে যেমন I'm pretty sure যে chemistry and biology definitely I got way more than 80, but do I like them? No. Am I good at chemistry? No, I am literally not good at chemistry at all. আমার দুটো নাম মনে থাকতো বায়োলজিতে, সায়েন্টিফিক নেম, একটা হচ্ছে হোমো সেপিয়েন্স আর একটা হচ্ছে টোগা, but I got highest mark in biology. So no, we don't really care about those. We care about how you implement your knowledge and how much experience you have. That's all. Also, another important thing যেটা আমি বাংলাদেশে অনেকের মধ্যে দেখেছি, including my friends as well, they publish somewhere যেটা just নামমাত্র publication, so that really doesn't count a lot as well. Okay. Can you suggest some career options for me if I do MSc in genetic engineering? Ooh, okay. how to communicate and know details about professors. Okay, very simple. We all have Google for that. Kusuma, okay, BT. BT, we have basically Google for that. First of all, you need to choose যে কোন দিকে তুমি যেতে চাচ্ছ. And then, I'm sorry again, I'm addressing everyone as to me. That's easier for me.
Not a problem.
Thank you. So Google your field, and then তুমি country choose করার পরে university choose করবে. Or what I prefer basically কিছু university আগে select করা and then তোমার field এর professor select করা. Now when you are saying that যে কোন professor, that would be যে কার paper তোমরা পড়ছো. Okay, if you think that your work matches with this person's work, or this person has got a research paper on this topic, then search for that person. That will take you to their current website. Go to that website and then look at their interests and all. Let me quickly see. I have not Googled myself for ages. Let me quickly see if I can find anything on my name. Okay, I have not even updated that profile. Okay, for example, if I search with my name, this is the profile I get. So if you go here, I'm sorry, I didn't update it. I'm very bad at updating. So this is the research and scholarship that will show my research interest. Okay, and then about it just says everything here, and then it says all the publications here. So go and read some papers, see that which paper matches with your interest, and then look at their current research interest. For example, right now I'm interested in genetic programming and network engineering. That means anyone who approaches me saying that they're interested in this, I'm going to read their CV or their email. But if they just approach looking at what I do here, sensors, AI, and computer vision specialist, now I'm not going to read that email. So you have to spend some time to make sure that you are approaching the right person with the right question. Anika, can you suggest some career options for me if I do MSc in genetic engineering? Genetic engineering has got a lot of career opportunities. Speaking of Queen Mary University, they have got a whole lab dedicated for genetic engineering. And are you asking about academic careers or industrial careers? That's one question. And for you, my suggestion would be to go for the DNA structures, especially for cancer. Europe, UK, and USA সবচেয়ে বেশি money spent করছে বা fund দিচ্ছে cancer related genetic engineering research এর উপরে. So if you have got something there, or if you can manage to work or do your dissertation on that, that means you're definitely going to build a very good or strong CV to convince the researchers here. What's the career opportunity for a statistics background in Europe? Okay, so for that, like current career opportunity, as I said, you can go to jobs.ac.uk and indeed.co.uk for and then just filter everything with statistics. Okay, another important thing যেটা আমি বলতে ভুলে গিয়েছি সেটা হলো যে not necessarily whatever the module or courses are called. Oh shit, I look so narcissistic here. I should just move that. And I can't see anything for the sun. Okay, just give me 1 sec. I need to close the window. Okay, sorry. So I was answering the statistics background. Basically, you can go for some sort of mathematical research, or in industry, definitely your statistics background is going to be very, very, very welcomed. And then if you want to go on any like banking even, or the science-based industries, they always need statistics people as well. So you have got a vast career opportunities. Just make sure that you have also got the caliber that is going to be enough to compete with other people. So so to do that, what I basically do, যে আমার ফিল্ডে যারা ভালো করছে তাদের প্রোফাইলে গিয়ে আমি দেখি যে what they are doing or what they have done, because I know that they are the people I'm going to compete with. So don't just look at your CV, look at the other people's CV or the people at the same position. So if you want to be kind of at the same position as me, what you should do is আমার প্রোফাইলে গিয়ে দেখা যে আমার কি কি এক্সপেরিয়েন্স আছে বা আমার সিভিটা কোথায়, আমার সিভিটা কোথাও পাও নাকি. So do the same thing for the other people, because all the websites have got their staff's name and what they do as well, and those are going to be the ones that you are competing for. If you're applying for a lecturer position, you're not competing with a senior lecturer. As I told, I have to search professor based on my research work, but as an undergraduate, if I don't have any research work, what should I do? As an undergraduate, no, you're not having any research work. But if you want to be a researcher, you will have the research interest. So do that search based on your research interest. Well, যখন আমি এখানে আসছি, I was completely blind, obviously, because I didn't know what programming is. I didn't know how to speak with these people. I didn't know how to communicate with these people. But in my first year and in my second year, I took all the lectures quite seriously, and I knew who I want to work with or which subject is the one that is interesting me the most. Okay, so based on that interest, choose your career. As I said, it's just like a relationship. If you're going with a bad, okay, let's not say bad. If you're going with a wrong girl, that means you're dead, or you're going to be in a very toxic relationship. But if you're going with a nice person, or who you can tolerate, or who you can be with for a few years, then you are in the right relationship. So think about it that way. What's the career opportunity in mathematics background in USA? Probably I'm not going to be the best person to answer these questions, since I am not in USA, but as I can speak of mathematics, so the career opportunities also depend on based on the which states you are going to. So the countries like USA, Australia, they are really, really big, and all the states are so different. So the career opportunities also depend on which state you're going, because some states are more developed, they have more opportunities. Mathematical background, definitely you can go for industrial job or academic job, but I would say industry would be better, because academic job needs more time to get it secured. It has way more pressure to make sure that you are having a permanent position. You're not going to get a permanent position as a beginner, which is possible in UK. In UK, I started the position as a permanent lecturer. So now, when we say permanent, obviously কিছুটা তো probation period থাকবেই, যেটা বাংলাদেশের সব জবেও আছে. USA তে that's going to be difficult. What's the career opportunity for zoology background in UK? Okay. Now the thing is, again, if you're asking me about research, then zoology always you need to search for the schools like life sciences. Okay, when we say school, বাংলাদেশে যেগুলোকে ডিপার্টমেন্ট বলা হয়, লাইক ডিপার্টমেন্ট অফ মেকানিক্যাল ইঞ্জিনিয়ারিং, ডিপার্টমেন্ট অফ সিএসসি, আমাদের এখানে এগুলোকে স্কুল বলা হয়. So if you search for school of life science, medical, or school of zoology, you can see that which sort of opportunities you have. And fun part is that, as I said, subjects like statistics or even especially programming, it has got careers in every single background as well. So zoology, if you can look for some sort of research that's being done on cancer again, or on genetics, or on abnormality that's found in protein structure, you can basically find those in engineering and design as well, because they need people with the knowledge of zoology to pardon my pronunciation. to bring together or bridge between engineering and biology. Are there any age limit for higher education? No. There is no age limit at all. And trust me, the first thing that I always experience as a lecturer here, that I need to tell the students that, hey, I am the lecturer, because even in undergraduate, I always expect that there is at least going to be 30% students who are older than me. Well, I think I look much older, or the way I'm speaking, you might think that I'm really old, but I am not. And all my master's students are way older than me. So there is no age limit, not at all. Forget about scholarship. It depends on, it's even in the undergraduate as well. I also had an undergraduate student who had already his, what was he? Management position. He did his management as a manager with IBM. And then he decided that, oh, I don't want to do it anymore. I want to learn about artificial intelligence. So I had him when he was 46 years old as a first-year undergraduate student. Sorry, again, same type of question for my mistake. What's the career opportunity in mathematics background in UK? Again, depends on whether you're talking about academia or industry. That's something I need to know. If you can please specify in your question that whether you're talking about academia or industry. For mathematics, there is a lot of research going on in mathematics, and that will always continue to go on. And good part is that if you are a good researcher, then maybe one day আমরা দেখবো যে কোন একটা ইকুয়েশন চলে আসে যেখানে ইকুয়েশনটাকে বলা হচ্ছে Mesbah's equation. So you can search for researchers where, most importantly, researcher money কিন্তু বা research assistant money কিন্তু এটা না যে তোমাদের PhD থাকতে হবে. So there is difference between research assistant and research associate. So if you are not sure whether you want to go for academia or industry, but you are certain that you want to be in research, then you can search for research assistant. Research assistant positioner jonno masters or undergraduate is enough based on how is your research skill. And research fellow বা research associate হচ্ছে তারও বেশ উপরের লেভেলে, সেগুলোর জন্য PhD must, যেগুলোতে specify করা থাকবে postdoc. So most of the job positions, if you see that they are saying research associate or research assistant, please look for those opportunities as well. Research assistant is going to be a very, very good opportunity for any of you who are finishing undergraduate or masters. And banking. For mathematics, banking is also going to be a good option. Environmental science or geography and environment background in North America. I'm extremely sorry, I cannot really tell about the career opportunity in North America. I'm so sorry. I've never tried to search that. If I want to pursue my master's in UK just after my bachelor in Bangladesh, avoiding second master's in UK, what preparation should I take during my bachelor? Okay, Nirjana, if you do not have to worry about money, if you are privileged, then you can apply for master's anywhere in the UK, depending on which course you want to study. But if you want to spend your time for master's and not money, then my suggestion would be to wait for a scholarship, Commonwealth scholarship or President's scholarship or any sort of scholarship they have. And MRES, যেটাকে বলে Masters of in Research. So we have two different masters in UK, taught courses and research courses. So the ones on research, some of them are also funded because we want some students যারা আমাদের রিসার্চটা করবে as a master's student, and we're going to spend that money on them. So if you want without money or without paying your tuition fee, then definitely search for a Master of Research in UK. And if you're willing to pay the tuition fee, then taught course or any sort of master's in UK is going to be fine. But remember that a master's is not really a pre-requirement. I don't have a separate master's, and I'm doing fine. I was very, very lazy. I am still lazy, as you can see. I have the cup saying for lazy coffee lovers. So I didn't have any separate masters. I did a 4 years integrated course. Oh, hi, Nikita. For pursuing masters in migration at University of Sussex, how would you prepare for it? Also, as many primary data are collected from third world countries, being UK-based researcher, would there be any issues? No, for UK-based researchers, that is not going to be an issue because we have worked with Bangladesh definitely and so many other countries, including Africa and all. I know someone who is working on migration at University of Sussex. My suggestion would be for you, Nikita, to look for Professor Shahadul Zaman. He is Bangladeshi, but I think he's not going to respond to all the emails, but his wife, Paprin Nahar, she is also a research fellow here. They're working on that. And I'm not very familiar with the other names, but I can definitely, well, I can send you the names personally, but I would prefer if you search for the people who are working on migration. So search for IDS, Institute of Development Studies, or only Development Studies. And good part is that Sussex is providing £3,000 tuition fee waiver. That means you have to, as a Bangladeshi student, you need to pay £3,000 less to study here at Sussex. And we always need data to do the research, so it's not going to be an issue. Rather, if you are lucky enough to grab a fund, you're going to be paid to go to do some field work as well, or your trips to different countries are also going to be funded. Okay, any more questions?
I have a question.
Should it?
তো এরকম অনেক সময় হয় যে আমরা যখন আন্ডার গ্র্যাডে অথবা মাস্টার্স এর সময় কোনো রিসার্চের কাজে যুক্ত হওয়ার সুযোগ পাই, বাট ইন ফিউচার আমার হয়তো ওই স্পেসিফিক ফিল্ডটাতে আর কাজ করার ইন্টারেস্টটা থাকে না। তো উইল দ্যাট বি অ্যান ইস্যু যে আমার একটা রিসার্চ পেপার আছে সাপোজ কম্পিউটেশনাল কেমিস্ট্রিতে, বাট আমি আমার মাস্টার্সটা বা আমি আমার পিএইচডিটা পারসিউ করতে চাচ্ছি হয়তো environmental science that is basically based on wet lab. So will that be an issue?
No, এটা একেবারেই ইস্যু না। No, এটা একেবারেই ইস্যু না, because what we need most for research is your interest. So তুমি যদি একটা সাবজেক্টে স্টাডি করে you're sure that that's not something you want. I cannot speak of others, I can speak of me. আমি যেভাবে চুজ করি ক্যারিয়ার, সেটা হলো যে I don't look at what I am strong at, I just look at what I do not want to do. For example, the only reason my parents and my friends, they keep telling me that if you go to industry, you're going to earn way a lot of money that what you earn here. But the main reason যেটাতে আমি যে কারণে আমি ইন্ডাস্ট্রিতে যাই না, everyone knows that, including my industry line manager, that I hate waking up early. I have studied in cadet college. I have been waking up for more than 5 years at 5 a.m. So I hate waking up early. That means right now I'm not suitable for industry, so I'm not going to that. And if you look at my profile, I did my PhD in computer network, but I enjoyed the genetic programming so much that I decided that I want to see its exact implementation in biology. So when I was interviewed, my first answer was that I'm bored with my PhD. So if you're not interested in a subject, that's good for you. You have already decided that that's not something you want to do. So you just need to convince your interviewer that this is something you're passionate about, and what you have done before, you're certain that you don't want to continue doing that. Does that answer your question?
Yes. Yes, it does. I was really worried that if I could show my works that don't actually match my current interest.
No, that's perfectly fine. I have had a huge area of interest. I had experience of working in computer network. I had experience in working with programming. I did security engineering as well. And then I decided what I want to do or what I want to continue with. So it's perfectly fine.
Thank you.
What results are required for research assistant? So for any specific research, it's going to be said there on the job advertisement that what they want. Usually university prefer করে ভালো result obviously, but we have some supervisors as well. Supervisors like me, obviously, we don't really care much about whether it's a first class or a 2-2. আচ্ছা বাংলাদেশে 2-2টা বাংলাদেশে তো 2-2 হিসেবেই ধরে, right? I'm not sure. So I mean, even if it's a lower second class, if I interview that person or if I look at the CV, যেখানে তার interest আছে, এমনও হতে পারে যে someone has been studying for their bachelor for 5 years and they didn't pass, but I know that okay, they have done some really good work in the research. I'm definitely going to shortlist that CV and then interview them. So, but this is very less. Probably only 20 to 30% people are brave enough to do that. So my suggestion would be to try to achieve at least a higher second class, because we specify that 2-1 is going to be better, and use the grade converter when applying for any specific country, because the grade in Bangladesh is going to be completely different in UK, obviously, and also completely different in USA. There is an international grade converter that is implementable everywhere. Okay. Do we have more question or, oh, wow, okay, sorry, there are questions, but you want to be in research, will it help if I attend MBA after graduation? Okay, we have already answered that question. And then, hi, I am from botany background. What kind of opportunity for me to study abroad and also career? Thanks. Okay, for botany background, as I say, we care about plants and animals more than human beings. So for botany background, there are a lot of opportunities, especially under the schools of life sciences. And they have some courses completely dedicated to horticulture as well, or even florists as well. So, and trust me, their salary is way more. So if you're from botany background, that means you're going to be rich. Please don't forget me when you're going to be rich. And all the opportunities are mostly going to be based on research for both industries and academia. But do remember that to pursue a career in botany, you're going to have more patience, because here in Abdur, as I state, the trees are as important as human beings. So the way you need to spend 5 years or six years in medical before actually operating a surgery is going to be the same for botany as well. You're going to have to study really well and then have really good experience. You are going to have to be, I'm not sure if you're a boy or girl, so you're going to have to be really brave enough to go to different sort of places or go to do all the field studies where you're going to actually mingle with plants. And then also you're going to be able to have your career or research in chemistry as well. And I should mention it that image processing, if you look at image processing or computer vision, you can see that there are a lot of work based on structures or the protein structures that are found in botany. I would really suggest you to have a look at that as well, because when I am doing image processing, I would prefer someone who actually has real knowledge of botany and work as a team, where I can implement my computation skill and the person from botany can share his knowledge with me about those structures. So plant structures or protein structures, or I think you call it auxin structures as well. So look at these 3 buzzwords and then use image processing or computer vision for that. Another field for you to research is going to be fractal geometry. There is a whole team dedicated for fractal geometry. So look at that too, please. Is there any age limit for funding? No, there is no age limit. Which criteria are seeking USA when selecting students? Ooh, again, I am not really an experienced person to answer this question, but my brother was applying for USA universities. So for specific universities, no matter it's in UK or anywhere else, all the specific universities have got specific criteria to take their students. So that is based on their ranking. If it's a highly ranked university, that means they are going to ask really good grades. And then if it's a medium ranked university, then any sort of grade is going to be all right, probably. And when you're applying for any particular course, we're still going to look at your, before passing your CV or application to the head of department, what we're going to do is that we're going to look at your CV and see that if that course is suitable for you. So we are also going to look at your, for masters, not PhD, for masters, we're definitely going to look at your modules as well. Or I think এটাকে তোমাদের ওখানে কোর্স বলা হয়, মানে এক একটা হোল এক একটা সাবজেক্ট বলা হয় মনে হয়, if I'm not wrong, একটা সেমিস্টারে 4টা সাবজেক্ট বা 5টা সাবজেক্ট, আমাদের এখানে এটাকে মডিউল বলি, কোর্স। ওকে, so basically we're going to look at the courses as well and see যে মাস্টার্স এ যেটা করাবো তার মধ্যে, মানে মাস্টার্স তো সবসময় অ্যাডভান্সড টেকনোলজি, রাইট? So basically if I am having student for advanced manufacturing engineering, then আমি দেখবো যে আমার মাস্টার্স এর জন্য যে মডিউলগুলো দরকার সেগুলো তো ডেফিনেটলি অ্যাডভান্সড লেভেলে হবে। ওটার বেসিক নলেজগুলি তোমরা পড়ে আসছো কিনা এর আগে ব্যাচেলরে। যদি আমার মনে হয় যে you are not suitable for this masters, probably I'm going to lower it down a bit and send you যে আরেকটা মাস্টার্স কোর্স আছে ওটাতে। So my suggestion would be, when you are seeking for any sort of master's courses, don't only apply for one course, apply for more than one based on your choice or the suitability based on the courses that you have studied. And যে কোনো জায়গায় সিভি পাঠানোর আগে UK, USA, search the fact যে তোমাদের যেমন কোর্স বলছো, I would not have any idea যে এটাকে কোর্স বলা হয়। So তুমি যখন ইউকেতে আমার কাছে ইউকেতে সিভি পাঠাবে, I would prefer তুমি যদি ওখানে মডিউল লিখে দাও, because আমাদের এখানে the whole degree is basically called as course. For example, my degree is MA in electronic engineering and computing, so that was the course for me. And মাঝে যে কোর্সগুলো সেগুলি মডিউল। So make sure you also make your CV or your approach easy for me to read and understand. I talk a lot. Please stop me if I need to shut up. Sorry, ma'am, can you answer? Haha, ma'am. Oh, sorry, I'm not really habituated to hear ma'am. Only Chinese student ma'am অথবা teacher অথবা professor বলে here. Oh, this is another important thing that I wanted to mention, but basically I forgot. So whoever has asked this question, thank you so much. Before sending your email, please see or do spend 5 minutes looking at the fact that how we like to be addressed or how we are addressed in different countries. For example, if you were sending this question to me as an email, dear ma'am, probably at first I would not take you, I mean, there will be a smile in my face that I do not want. Just address me as Habiba. That's the UK culture. And then again, in USA, you are going to address with the whole name, like dear doctor, blah, 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 or hello doctor, blah, blah, blah. And so please spend some time before sending email to anyone. And don't write anyone as professor, because I know a lot of people are very concerned about their designation. But as I said, like I'm a lecturer here, which means it's going to be assistant professor in USA or Bangladesh. So don't write professor. Professor here means completely tenured and the ones who are the highest qualified for any university in UK. So do not write professor to everyone. Do not write teacher to anyone. Teacher means school teacher, not university teacher. Do not bother about writing sir or ma'am. Just look at the addresses that are suitable for that specific country. For TA or RA in any program, for T-ship in USA, basically when you start applying or start the process of enrollment, the module convener is going to help you to give the opportunities as TA or which teaching assistantship are available. And in other countries, that is basically after you go to the university or start your university lectures, you can have a look on which opportunities are available based on which module or which course you are studying. And for RA, that more depends on which people or which group you are working with, if there is any program available or any project available. So it's always a good skill to communicate your knowledge or keep a good communication skill with the lecturers that are taking your lectures and look at their research interest and express that you want to do some research with him, even if it is for 1 month or 2 months. In that way, you're going to be able to get a research assistantship. Sorry, I have got more question. I hope I have answered the question. What results are required for a research assistant? I think I have answered the question already. Would you please give your email address? Who? My email address was already given, but yeah, sure. Okay, I would prefer getting email on the Sussex email address because on Queen Mary email address, I am already dealing with hundreds of students. I can join in Messenger group, please. Anyone provide it again? Oh, okay. I think it's for the other people. I don't have Messenger.
I will look into the matter.
Okay. I think I have answered most of the questions. I was asked to share my experience or my career journey. Now the question is that, do I really need that? Do we, okay, tell me if you want to see the career journey that I have, then I'm going to show the slide or not.
I think, Apu, we would like to definitely get to know your journey in a very short presentation.
Yeah, I'm just going to show the slide basically. Okay, so basically this is the slide that the university published for their International Women's Day because they identified me or dedicated me with an award that I was one of the most influential women researcher here. And it was also published in the International Women something website, yeah, for Association of Computing Machinery of Women. So yeah, it was there. As you can see, definitely I did, as I have already specified at the beginning as well, that আমি একেবারেই মফস্বলে পড়াশোনা করা মানুষ. So the main thing that I have learned in my life is that we need to dare to dream. আরেকটা ব্যাপার যেটা আমি জানি আমার জায়গা থেকে এখন বলাটা খুবই সহজ যে ঠিক আছে dare to dream, ঠিক আছে এটা করো ওটা করো, বাট স্পেশালি ফিমেলদের জন্য এখানে it is way more difficult. And the fact is that discrimination, racism, and all those, even if we are saying যেগুলো কিছুই নেই, that's a lie. এটা এখনো দুনিয়ার সবখানেই আছে, রেসিজম আছে, জেন্ডার ডিসক্রিমিনেশন আছে, বাট at the same time opportunities আছে. So what I have learned in my life is that how to grab the opportunities, how to sell my brain. And the main thing that I realized in my almost 30 years of life is that we need to learn to communicate, we need to learn to let go a lot of stuff, and we need to sacrifice and prioritize. So আমার জন্য স্যাক্রিফাইস ছিল অলমোস্ট 1 বছরের একটা সময়, because as I am a female, as I was born and brought up in Bangladesh, and my family has been very traditional, so they obviously wanted me to become a doctor. Everyone, my family, my teachers. So my condition was that, okay, আমি মেডিকেলে পরীক্ষা দেব, but যদি না হয় তাহলে আমাকে বাইরে পড়তে যেতে দিতে হবে, and that has to be engineering. So I kept my words. আমি মেডিকেলে পরীক্ষা দিয়েছি, ডেফিনেটলি সরকারি কোনো মেডিকেলে চান্স পাইনি।
Is there any network issue with the ma'am?
I think Kapu is facing network issue. Yeah. I think Apu facing a network issue. So,
Hi. I think something went wrong. I have no idea what. Okay, so let me just do what I was saying. So I just applied to university actually, Queen Mary University, that was offering the scholarship as well. So that answers a question from some of you, যে scholarship are possible, be possible? Nah, yes, it was possible. And yes, I got the scholarship. That was partial scholarship. And based on the results I had for my SSC and HSC, because during HSC, I think we got the marks as well. They offered me extra scholarship with the condition that I have to get a first class every single year. So তোমরা কেউ যদি scholarship পেয়ে খুশি হয়ে যাও, as I have already said, starting point is never the point where you should be happy about. The fact is that scholarship পাওয়ার মধ্যে condition থাকবে যে you have to maintain getting a first class in every single year, which means every single year you have to get more than 70% to make sure that the scholarship continues. Otherwise, it's not going to be continued. In my second year, I knew that I want to pursue my career in computer network. And in my third year, I knew who I want to work with. Thankfully, I got that opportunity. So as you can imagine, obviously, I had a lot of pressure from Bangladesh. So our parents এখানে এসেছিল to take me back to Bangladesh. And I did not accept the PhD offers that I had because I also wanted to go back. But ওখানে আমার আব্বু একটা কথা বলেছিল যে বাংলাদেশে গিয়ে রংপুরে বেশি দিন থাকা যাবে না। রংপুর হচ্ছে আমার সবচেয়ে প্রিয় শহর, কেন আমি রংপুরে থাকবো না? Because people are going to talk about me getting married and all. So I decided, আমাকে এখান থেকে পালাতে হবে, আমার PhD করতে হবে। So my motivation behind choosing PhD way before finishing my MH was that I didn't want to go back at that time, or I didn't want to take a career break for a long time. So আমার শেষ করার আগেই PhD শুরু করা আসলে। আর PhD শেষ করতে করতে, as Sadia asked me the question if she wants to change her interest or change her focus, PhD শেষ করতে করতে I got bored. I was like, I don't want to continue computer network anymore. I want to change it, and I want to see if I can do interdisciplinary research. So basically everyone who has the questions for যে আমি কোন দিকে যাব, আমি কি অন্য কোথাও যেতে পারবো, আমি এনভায়রনমেন্টাল সায়েন্স করছি, আচ্ছা আমি কি শুধুমাত্র সয়েল রিসার্চের দিকে যেতে পারবো, শুধুমাত্র ওয়াটার রিসোর্স রিসার্চের দিকে যেতে পারবো? Yes, you can do that. Look at interdisciplinary research as well. For the last 2 years, interdisciplinary research holo researcher অন্যতম একটা focus. Even there are a lot of conferences who dedicated their whole sessions for interdisciplinary research. So that's what I meant. যখন আমি বলছিলাম তুমি জিওলজির হও কিংবা বায়োলজির হও কিংবা শুধুমাত্র বোটানির হও, you can collaborate your knowledge, your skill with the other people who do not have that knowledge. Like me, I do not have the knowledge of botany, but I went for a research on fractal structure of fern and the lungs as well. So I think আমাদের এখানে যার বোটানির কোশ্চেন ছিল সে হয়তো বা এটা বুঝতে পারবে যে ফ্র্যাক্টাল স্ট্রাকচার অ্যানালাইজ করা বা প্ল্যান্ট নিয়ে পড়াশোনা করা বা কমপ্লিটলি বোটানি নিয়ে পড়াশোনা করাটা আমার জন্য ডিফিকাল্ট ছিল। So as a team, if you were someone from botany, I would have probably loved to pay you to come to my team and work together for interdisciplinary research. So based on that, I went for only one interview for my postdoc. So I have been lucky in this regard. I'm সবখানে শুধু একটা করে ইন্টারভিউ দিয়ে বাড়াইছি। পোস্টডকে ওদের কোশ্চেন ছিল কেন আমি আসতে চাই এখানে। My answer was that I'm bored with my PhD. So yeah, that's what I did. I joined as a research fellow, and while that I was still exploring whether I want to be only in research or in teaching as well, or if I want to be in academia or in industry. Well, so as you can see here, in 2021, when I was in Bangladesh during pandemic, I was approached to become the representative for whole UK for the postdocs. I started doing that. So that was an opportunity for me to advertise my career or my interest or what I do. So then I was headhunted by Queen Mary again, teaching fellow হিসেবে কাজ করার জন্য. I continued doing that. I always overworked myself. So 8 ঘন্টার জায়গায় আমি 10 বা 12 ঘন্টা, even 14 ঘন্টাও কাজ করছি to make sure যে I'm giving myself the time আমি কোন দিকে যেতে চাই. So based on that, based on that, 2022 শেষের দিকে I again applied for 4 jobs. Funnily enough, I got 6 jobs because the job opportunities that I declined, they came up with more offers. যে তোমার যেহেতু এই স্কিলগুলি আছে, why don't you come here? So if you are approaching me with your skill and I feel like you are the second best person for this or the first best person for this, and আমি তোমাকে জবটা অফার করলাম, তুমি ডিক্লাইন করলে, that does not mean যে আমি এটাকে খারাপ ভাবে নিচ্ছি. That means আমি জানি যে তুমি নিজেকে জাজ করছিলে অথবা নিজেকে টেস্ট করছিলে that whether you are good for this position or whether we call you for an interview, then based on তোমার সেই স্কিল আমি তোমাকে নেক্সট জব অফার করতে পারি. So as you can see, I mean, it's quite a big question for people যে আচ্ছা আমি কি একসাথে দুটো জব করতে পারি? Yes, if you are really good at it, they're going to negotiate with you. They're going to give you a certain percentage of the full time. So you can do certain percentage with one company and then certain percentage with another company, but making sure that you are actually committed to both of them. So as you can see, right now I am a lecturer in networks and digital systems at Queen Mary University of London, which is always a big deal to some people because they think, oh, পুরো ইউকেতে নেটওয়ার্ক ডিপার্টমেন্ট, কুইন মেরি নেটওয়ার্ক ডিপার্টমেন্ট হচ্ছে ফার্স্ট, সো দে থিঙ্ক যে এটা অনেক বড় একটা অ্যাচিভমেন্ট, বাট ফর মি আই এম স্টিল এক্সপ্লোরিং যে আমি আসলেই ওখানে থাকতে চাই কিনা বাকি জীবন. So I am also a research associate for University of Sussex and Ganebo Entrance Control. Ganebo Entrance Control holo the biggest company in whole world যারা সিকিউর গেট অ্যাক্সেস নিয়ে কাজ করে এয়ারপোর্টে বা অন্য কোথাও. So that's me. So I have shared this slide with you because I wanted to tell you that it is possible. আমি কখনোই extraordinary কিছু না, কখনোই না। I have always seen যে আমি হয়তো বা আমার গ্রুপের মধ্যে সবচেয়ে বেশি ঘুমাই, সবচেয়ে বেশি কম serious, and luckily I had some friends or colleagues who kept pushing me that, hey, you can do it, you don't know but you can do it. So make sure that you also have that sort of people in your life যারা জানে যে what you can do, or যারা তোমাকে বলবে যে these are the possibilities or the opportunities you have, but they're not going to tell you that this is what you should do, this is what you need to do. No, there is nothing called should or need to when you are actually thinking about your career. The only thing is that what you want to do. There's a huge difference between that. And as I said, just love your career, just love your passion. That's all. That's all. You can definitely succeed. And as I said again and again, আমি গ্রামে জন্ম নেয়া এবং মফস্বলে পড়াশোনা করা মানুষ। আমি যদি এখানে লেকচারার হিসেবে থাকতে পারি, then why not you? You are basically from, I believe, Shobai almost, Dhaka University, the best public university in Bangladesh. You have had way more opportunities than I did. So why not you? There is no age limit. There is no age restriction. We do not look at your photos. Remember, we do not ask for your photos with your CV. We do not. So I don't care how you look. I don't care how smart you are. I don't care how you dress up. All I need to see is that you are selling your brain properly to me, and I am ready to spend my money for your brain. Remember, the Western countries spend their money the most on brain, not politics, not economics, not anything. It is the brain. So if you have got the brain, you can do it. You can do anything. You can go for any career that you want to see yourself in. Just have patience and choose the career correctly, যাতে যে কোনো স্যাক্রিফাইস করার পরে তোমার কখনো আফসোস না হয় যে whether I am making the right sacrifice or if I am making the compromise for the right thing. That's all. I think I have already talked a lot. Do we have any more questions? No.
I don't think we have any more questions, but আপু আপনাকে হচ্ছে আমরা we can't really thank you enough for not only
Please, no more formal words.
না, আপনার জার্নিটা আসলে আমাদের অনেকের জন্যই হচ্ছে ইন্সপিরেশনাল হবে, because we do have that doubts যে আমি এই ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ড থেকে আসছি, আমি পারবো কিনা, আমি ফিমেল, আমি পারবো কিনা। So as a female I can totally correlate with your scenario. So এটা আমাদের জন্য খুবই ইন্টারেস্টিং এন্ড খুবই phenomenal একটা সেশন ছিল। পার্সোনালি আমার জন্য তো অবশ্যই, এবং all the females present here who want to pursue a career in research, and I think সবার তরফ থেকেই আমরা we are really grateful to you for your time.
No, thank you so much. And I would like to say one thing for the female researchers here, that my supervisor told me actually, that as a female, you are going to get attention, the positive attention and the negative attention. You're probably going to be only one in a conference where there are 20 other presenters. So it's completely up to you that how you want to use that opportunity, in a positive way or in a negative way. You can use that attention in a very positive way, build your network, or you can use your opportunity in a negative way and spend your time in doing research, doing drinking and going out, all those. So it's completely up to you. Okay, thank you. I think, thanks, Tamalika. Okay, should we call it a day then? I'll be really happy to respond to any email inquiries, but I have to apologize in advance যে আমাকে ফেসবুকে পাওয়া যাবে না, মেসেঞ্জারে আনসার পাওয়া যাবে না, email definitely answer পাবে if it's an important query. I'll definitely be there, but pardon me if I'm late to respond. If there is anything else, I am just maybe one Google search away, or for the other participants, if there is any specific question and you can't reach me, ask Sadia. She has got my personal contact numbers and everything. Don't give that to everyone, but please forward the question to me.
Sure, Apu. I am totally very much protective about it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. I really loved the session. I would be really happy if it was of help to anyone, if it inspires anyone to proceed with their applications or career choices. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, Apu, and thank you so much all the participants যারা আজকে জয়েন করে এই ডিসকাশনে আমাদের সঙ্গে এতক্ষণ পর্যন্ত ছিলেন। সো আমি আমাদের as there is no more question, তো আজকে আমাদের সেশনটা আমি এখানেই শেষ করে দিতে চাচ্ছি। once again আপুকে অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ। আপুর সুস্বাস্থ্য এবং সাফল্য কামনা করে আমরা আজকের সেশনটা এখানেই শেষ করছি। ধন্যবাদ। আসসালামু আলাইকুম।